Okay, I'm Valerio, Val. I'm Associate Professor of Bioinformatics at the University of Oulu, and my team works on, let's say, systems biology of the extracellular matrix. Hobbies. Well, does parenting count as hobby? Well, I'm a avid hiker. I like sports. Of course, now I'm very much involved in parenting a fantastic daughter of 2, so that is very much all my time. But yeah, assembling blocks and making toys. That's a real hobby. Ouch. The president of ISMB should not have one.
A neutral territory.
When I was a postdoc, I would have answered collagen 18.
Nice. Very nice.
That I have, yes, is the thing I'm going to present. No, of course, our lab does computational biology, so we mostly invent methods every day because it's the tools for us. We have some things brewing, so my PhD student Ayumi, who's here with me, is about to launch MatrixSpace. That is a database and a computation of tools to study extracellular matrix and spatial data. And I'm going to present our approach to super resolution, so to increase the resolution of spatial data to the same level as histological slices in seconds and without computational overheads. So those are the things that I'm most excited about at the moment. Coding, coffee, swearing, crying in front, crying in front of the next bug. That is, well, we mostly code in R and Python. We often dip our toes into JavaScript, HTML and stuff, but we are all hardcore nerds working on R mostly. Berlusconi, is that an answer? So, I was trained as an immunologist, and I was a clinical immunologist. I'm a clinical immunologist by training. So I was doing my postdoctoral research in the Spallanzani Hospital of Rome. But it was the time where Mr. Berlusconi came to power, and one of the first decisions was to cut Italy's research input by 30%. So 1/3 of everyone who was on a government grant, as I was, got cut, and I got cut. And that was the time I told my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, that I was done. I wanted to look for something else, and I sent my CVs. And Taina Bilayaniemi in Oulu, she needed an immunologist, and I told her that I would love to learn something new because I'm an immunologist, so I can help with counting blood cells in mice. I would learn something. I would love to learn something new, and I have absolutely zero experience on extracellular matrix. I know it exists because it was in the books, but I've never worked on that. She was crazy enough to hire me, and that was super fascinating. I was old enough to be sour about science already, and then I felt like, no, I got it all wrong. This is cool, and I went in, and I'm still in love with that. Well, they are all a bit late in my formation because, as I said, I came to it very late. Of course, Taina has been instrumental. Sylvie Ricard-Blum has been a gigantic role model for me because, she was actually the only one doing computational efforts in matrix biology. Alexandra Nabba, I met her the first time. I was like, oh my God. And I probably hit the microphone too. And then we became friends. We are friends. And I would say this trio has the biggest influence in my life for what concerns matrix biology. Be passionate, keep asking questions, and don't be afraid to go a bit off the beaten path and try to invent something new or do something that looks even silly, because we have a lot of questions unanswered. And if we keep on doing whatever we do every day incrementally, most of these answers will still remain unanswered. So be crazy, Probably that would be the actual thing, even socially speaking. Well, the first time I came to the United States in my life was for an ASMB meeting. It was the first time I was crossing the ocean, and I do remember every single moment. I have lots of memories, really too many memories to just pick up one, but every time I come to ASMB meetings, it feels like you're getting back to your family in a way. Even though you're separated and you have Zoom calls and stuff, it hits different when we're all together, and the possibility of hugging people you've been talking to for 1 year on Zoom, it's really what drives me here every time, other than science, of course. But yes, now it's the people. I cannot pick up a single memory. There's too many. They're too young. They're too good. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.